What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Botania Garden of Glass, here with me, Jancy. We have got a bit of stuff done. We can show you guys exactly what's been done in between these two episodes, and it's not really that much, but it is kind of that much. You'll see what I mean. We'll walk around. That's not what I wanted to show you. There we go. We'll walk around, and I'll show you exactly what's happened. I've made a rod of the depths, as you can see. There is cobblestone everywhere, so I've made good use of that one. We've also caged in the cow and the sheep. Well, he was not really a smart sheep and ran into fire. Long story, but don't plant trees next to lava. And speaking of that lava, actually, we have got something which maybe you'll notice, maybe you won't notice. If you haven't noticed, check down in the description and then you will notice. But this is the combination of my pure daisy and my smooth stone generating farms. I think I might do a little bit of an improvement on that in a later episode. But currently, this is what we are, well, what we have right now, and you can see it's not actually done. We do need to do a few more things before the pure daisy part, at least, will be ready. And also for this one here, we'll need a few things, but we're going to get that started today, just so we can produce some smooth stone, and we can do this manually ourselves. And that's pretty much it. So, that one there is done. We're going to be making a big move now in terms of what we can do, and that is by making a alchemy catalyst. Just come around here and make these into... Oh, we don't have enough. Make these into mana diamonds. One thing with this with the mana around here is I have made some thermalilies, which is another thing we're going to be doing in this episode, because I've never actually looked at thermalilies, really, because of the fact that you have to go get lava, and you can't really automate getting lava, necessarily, so I ran into the nether, grabbed some buckets of lava, and come around here, we could just mana with lava, which is a lot of makes quite a lot of mana, but it does require quite a bit of work. We'll go around this side and make this into a diamond over here. There we go. So yeah, we're going to do that, and we're going to semi-automate it. I'm not going to call it automate, but yeah, semi-automate it. Come around here, and we will make our alchemy catalyst. So for that, excuse me if I forget the recipe. No, I've already started wrong. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. And one of those in the middle, I think, with those around the sides. Oh yeah, that's right. And I've filled this pool up with a little bit of mana. Hopefully that'll be enough. There we go. And if you were wondering, if ever you do need to know, you can see the alchemy catalyst through the mana pool like that, busy glowing like that. So we needed to get a weight lens for that over there. And the weight lens, let me just go around here. The weight lens is not actually that expensive. If you have a look when I find it. Come on, why would it be right at the end? It is actually right at the end, I'm pretty sure that's forced. I've passed it. There we go. So we need prismarine, which isn't actually that bad because I've harvested quite a bit of nether quartz. And as you see, put nether quartz into a mana pool and we get ourselves some prismarine. And we had a rune of water from when we made the Rod of the Seas as well. So we can just go ahead and do that. So I've got my 7 nether quartz over there. Right around there. I've already made a mana lens ready for this. Bam. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. And we should see a beautiful mana lens for weight. So I'll put that on there. And sadly, this is not actually filled up with water. We still have to put in a hovering hourglass, which we will do. And we will have to also put a bit of mana in there. The other thing is, I've used mana glass around here, which I've made a whole heap of as well. That's just pretty cool stuff. I just like the look of it, and it kind of shows off what's going on in the farm. We'll see about decorating that a bit nicer. We're not getting into decoration just yet. The next thing that I want to show you, and I don't have my Rod of the Seas on me, but we can just steal some of this water because it's not really that important right now because we're not going to worry about having no water. So I'll steal that there, and I'll show you. We've got a slime ball here, which I've already done with one of these. So what you have to do is just put some water with a magma cream, and you get yourself a slime ball, which is pretty cool because they come in useful for a whole bunch of things like sticky pistons and all that. And cactus, which is also pretty cool because cactus turns back into slime balls when you chuck it into one of those pools. So I've got ourselves a little bit of a cactus farm ready here, so we can plant these cactus around there and they'll just grow. I'll also be putting some stuff around the top here, so when the cactus do grow, they're just going to drop down and get collected by that hopper hock. But we'll be back to that. That's not really too important right now. It's not even that exciting. The exciting stuff is going to be happening very soon. Very, very soon. But we'll get a little bit more of this admin work, if you can call it admin work, out of the way by making ourselves a new, well, not new, it's really been around for a while, but making ourselves some mana pylons and an enchanting table so we can get some enchantments on our items. Wait, that's not what we want. We wanted that. And we will also make use of this alchemy catalyst once more. You can see I've been waiting for this. There we go. Alchemy catalyst makes... Oh, cow tip. I don't know why I got cow tipper for that. That's cool. But yeah, the alchemy catalyst makes the rotten flesh into leather. And our friend over here can... Why do you not want to look at me? Our friend over there can still live to roam another day. There we go. So we'll do that. Place that in there. And we should get ourselves a enchanting table. Now, I know probably... Wait, we need more diamond. We've got more diamonds around here. Probably most of you guys will know this, but those of you that don't know this, is that those 2 mana pylons over there are actually really, really cool because they eliminate the fact that you need bookcases to get those 30 levels. So as you put the enchanting table down right around there, you'll see if I put something in, I'll get just the low level 1, 2, and 6 enchants. But each of these count for 15 levels. So if I put one there, so you still need the gap. You see, I'm leaving a gap around here because if you put it right next to it, it won't work, just like the bookcases. So if you see, I've put that in there, and then those same ones go up to the next level, which is now 3, 11, 18 on this particular one, and then go there, and we should get the level 30 enchants. So it saves a little bit of space, and it actually looks pretty cool. We'll be back once we've got a few levels. I'm going to get rid of this actually now, so we don't keep losing our levels. And we can go and do something else. So, I will be back, I'll grab some more mana, and we can see about getting these things going, see about getting some other stuff, that was the plan, see about getting some other stuff going, and have a fun episode, have a bit of stuff to do. So I just went back to the nether quick, and I thought I would quickly show you exactly how these Thermalilies work. They're actually pretty easy to tell when they are on their cooldown and not on their cooldown, so you'll see this one's got a little bit of smoke coming out of it, and that means it's in its cooldown, so you can't place anything there. And at the time of me recording this, I actually read that Vasky wants to change the cooldown time from 7 minutes, which it currently is, to 5 minutes, which will be kind of great. But we'll just have to tweak whatever we build today. But if you have a look at this, you can see it's all steaming, which means it's in its cooldown phase, and any lava you put down currently will just go and break everything else. But this one here has got nothing coming out of it, so as we put this lava down, you see it goes into this little red kind of dot thing, just like what these ender flames do, and that's when it's producing mana. It should do that for a few seconds, and then it'll go back to this type of thing with the particle effect like that. I thought I'd just let you guys know that if you guys were wondering, or if you guys wanted to experiment with Thermalilies, that's something that you know now. Aside from that, we'll just be collecting mana up, and we'll be getting through to doing a few more things with these Thermalilies. We need 7 of them for my current plan, because we got 7 minutes, which works pretty damn good if you can see the way I'm going with this. But we'll be back. And here we are back, guys. I think we've got everything we need. We'll find out soon enough. We're going to get started on the Thermalily automation-ish thing. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. We've got things we need and things which we need. And we're going to go and make our Thermalilies. And I'm going to make 1 extra Thermalily just for the fact, if I can say it right, just for the fact that we can keep 1 around here at spawn to fill up this here, because all the mana is going to be around that side there for now. So Thermalily is pretty simple. We just put 1 of an orange, 1 of an orange mana petal, and then we put another red mana petal. No, not 2. What am I doing? We do that with a red mana petal in there. Then we need 1 of those. We'll keep it there. 1 of those. 1 of those. So we go 1 rune of earth, 1 rune of fire. What have I done wrong? I've done something wrong. What is it that I've done wrong? Quickly check this out. Done something silly. That's what we're going to be looking at next, if you were wondering. There we go. Thermalily. Oh, wait, we only need... We not need red. Oh, there we go. So I've overdone it. I've overcooked it. There we go. So we need one orange mana petal, one normal red petal, even cheaper than I thought. So we got red mana petals for other stuff. And that there. We got it. So the Rod of the Seas is really useful, just filling in this stuff around here. Keep an open hand, as I said. Right-clicking with an open hand also, if anyone didn't know that, resets your recipe that you just did. So there we go, we got the next one. We'll just keep doing this a few times, and we will talk about the mod pack. I just wanted to tell you guys that a few people have asked about this mod pack, and they wanted to play it. And I thought, you know, that would be pretty cool, just playing with the mods I've got. It's pretty similar to the one that is the official Botania and Garden of Glass pack made by Vazgi. So that one would be pretty close to what I'm doing right now. But I have had a look, and I think I will be able to make my own pretty simply, but that's that's just what I can see from here. So it might be easy, it might not be too easy. We will see, and I'll let you guys know when I've got anything done. In the meantime, we'll make ourselves a hopper hock now. So the hopper hock over here, by the way, this assembly halo is really cool. Really cool. You can see I've got the wood planks from wood logs stored on that side, and the logs to chest on that side, because I make them so often. So you just right click on that, as long as you got everything in your inventory, and it saves you having to make it all in there, which is pretty cool. What we are doing is we are going to be making a floating hopper hock. So for that, you make a glimmering flower. This is for people who might not know it. Make a glimmering flower. I'm just using a pink flower because you can use whatever. And these actually look pretty cool because going dark already. You can make them, put them down, and you can't actually see it, but it gives off light, and it's nice, better than a torch. It looks pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to be making a floating pink glimmering flower, which is a pasture seed, some dirt, and the glimmering flower around like that. Now you'll see that's just a normal pink flower, and you can place it anywhere you want. That is, you don't have to place it on the dirt. Once you put a hopper hock on that, it turns into a floating hopper hock. You can put it down there, and it's all pretty, and it'll pick up anything we drop. So drop that, and it gets picked up and put into there. Keep that away because that keeps getting confused with my with my Mana Steel shovel, which is really annoying, but it's alright. So my design, I haven't actually tested it out too much, so this could be interesting. This was a quick one I just tried to work out just for this. So we got the hopper over there, and that's facing into the chest. The next thing was, I wanted the dispenser facing this way, and we wanted one of these. Now, this might be a bit... I might actually just build this up one block, because I'm not too good at placing that, and I don't want to go hanging off the edge of this. So what we'll do is we'll grab one of these. Much in there? No. So grab one of these and go up one more block. Here we go. Chest. Block up. Chest goes around there. Then the hopper goes into there with the dispenser on top of the hopper. Like that. And next to that, we want the sticky piston facing down in tutorial mode. But it helps me to remember what to do. And then if we come around here to the assembly halo, I've got redstone, way too much redstone. Actually, something else. There we go. Redstone over there. So now, to explain what I've just done, it's actually pretty compact for something I've just come up with on the fly. We've got the dispenser here, which is where we're going to be putting in all these lava buckets. We're going to fill up with lava buckets, so we're just going to have to enter that. That's the manual part. We're going to have to be putting stuff in there, or we can put it in a hopper. Anyway, we would like to do that, get them in there, and then what's going to happen is they're going to be pulling through the item hopper, but wait, they're not. Because we've got this block of redstone on the back here, which is stopping that. So as soon as that block of redstone moves away, one thing can drop down, another thing can drop down, but we're just going to make it a quick pulse, so only one will drop down. Now in this, I'm putting a bucket over there. I'm just going to put two to be safe. And what happens is, it'll always take this one first. So that means if there's a lava bucket in here, it'll only drop down a bucket. So a lava bucket will just get stuck there, and we've got one extra bucket grace in that situation there. And then also, this one goes first into there, so everything will just keep going through, and we won't have a worry of having lava buckets going in, and I don't need arrows for anything, so arrows can be the wasted space in that one. Then, the next thing we were going to do is we were going to be making some of these, so, not that, there we go. We're going to be making some of the floating Thermalilies, and we forgot to grab our 7th Thermalily from the spawn area, so we'll go back. And the reason we're using 7 is you'll see now I'm going to be able to put 7 in a spot where we can pick up lava. So 7 of those will be in a perfect spot to pick up lava. And also it takes 7 minutes cooldown. So when this does, if this ever does move to 5, like I saw Vazky post about, then it's simple, we'll just take 2 away. But that's alright. So if we go around here and here, we're going to be making something else, which is something I overuse a bit, but that's okay. We need 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. We're going to be making one for our... Dang it. We're going to be making one for there. And where did... So we need 3 of them, 3 of them, 3 of them, 3 of them. I said 3 there. Perfect. And, like, done it the wrong way. No, right, cool. So we've got 3 of them, and we've got that there. So the way this is going to be working is I could do this with some mana detectors, which would look a bit neater, I think, and it'll avoid me overusing this, but that's alright. So what I want is I want to put 1 in there and 1 in there, so that's 1 minute on each of these soul sands. I'll quickly explain it to you. So soul sand will give you a 1 minute delay, sand will give you a 1 second delay, and red sand will give you a 10-second delay. So soul sand, as soon as we put this one in there, we want that one to first pulse and put the red of the lava, put the lava out there, and then we want it to pretty quickly after that just pulse that once and drop that bucket down. So that one has to be last. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. So that's got a second or so delay, or a few splits of a second delay. Then we can place our Thermalilies around here. So Thermalily there, there, there. One next to that there, because all of them can actually grab from 1 block, pretty much 1 block range. So we'll be able to wait around and see that. In the meantime, we'll put this one up here, and I haven't actually planned out how long the delay is on that one. We'll work that one out eventually. In the meantime, this over here, double check that this is connected to each of these. So those are all connected, and make sure these aren't good. Almost there. Almost there. Now, as I say, we've got nothing in this chest. We should have 1 empty bucket in that chest if everything works, and one of these should be smoking and a whole bunch of... So we've got 2. Okay, that's a problem. So I'll have to sort that out. I think it's just a timing issue on these, so let me grab that. Oh, actually, I know what it is. We'll put this one... Good, we caught it. We'll put this one down here. Because what is happening is I think this one's creating some funky business with that powering that or something like that. Maybe it's a bud. I don't know. I'm not really a redstone king, so I can't understand what's going on there. But that'll work for that now. We don't have more than 7, so it'll just keep running through, and I'll have to reset this when we're done. That's a good little bit of kind of automation. As I say, you can see it's kind of automated, but not really. So that's cool. And aside from that, 2 of these are way too much for 1 mana spreader to handle. So we've probably wasted a bit of mana or whatever there, which is alright. Now we can go ahead and put stuff up there. So grab that. I'll grab some sand around here. 18 sand, that should be more than enough. And we'll make another one of these. Light blue. What am I doing? Light blue. That in there. And we can now go and power some stuff. So put this one on top of that there, with that there, pointing into that there. So with that, I want to still make a random carpus so that we can get the random carpus to automatically make these around here. Now that should just have done 1. We should have 3. But 2. Have an empty there. No, we don't want that. So there, that's cool. And double check that we've got 3 smoking, so there's just 1. Yep, that worked. That seemed to have worked by moving that to the side. Simple solution. Now that's all filled. That's all filled. You can do this every... as I said, that makes 10 seconds, so maybe make it every 10 seconds for now. The hourglass is locked. So because I must have right-clicked on it there, now it's unlocked, and in 10 seconds time that should drop down, and we'll see if this is working. So it's a moment of truth. Things are so noisy. We'll put... Actually, I'll show you a trick, if you guys might know. So you see what happened there is that dropped down onto the half slab here. Because it's a half slab, it can't exist together, so it makes it into a block. That block then got placed into this chest here, which is pretty awesome. So we got another one there, gets placed into that chest, and we've got a smooth stone generator. If we did want this to be a cobblestone generator, for whatever reason, I don't need cobblestone, so if we did want it, we could put a ball lens on there, and then that would work pretty damn good. Over here, anything left over will be caught into this pool. I don't think anything is really going to get left over, but anything will go in there. Now, with those annoying mana spreaders around there, there's a cool trick, which you can color the wool if you want. I'm just going to use normal wool like this. When you place it on here, and on here, see, it goes a bit quiet. Beautiful. So that seems to be actually pretty good. So let's have a look at what else we can get done today. Actually, before I go, maybe one of you guys can tell me if I'm doing something wrong or right, and that's been collected. Cool, that is working. So we still don't have guys in there, but I've built a little tank. Hopefully we can get ourselves some squid. And you guys will be able to tell me, I'm sure, if squid can spawn in there. I hope they can. It's 3 blocks deep that way, and 3 blocks deep... 3 blocks depth. Distance-wise, I can't really speak. English is not working for me today, but 3 blocks down that way, 4 blocks across this way, and 3 blocks up. I thought what made sense to me was I keep seeing them going down on that little path over there. They keep spawning in that water down there, so... I thought they would probably spawn in there. Maybe I'm just a bit too far away. But that seems to be working. And also, for people who were wondering what I'm doing around here, I've placed some mana glass in there and there. So what's happening is as these are growing, they grow up 1 block, but they can't actually exist over there because cactus can't be next to a block. So they quickly grow, get bumped off, and the hopper hock over there collects the cactus. So we got a bit of automation on that cactus. That's as simple as automation will ever get. And we also have got way too many of these, which we will be getting rid of. We might have to kill some chickens. And yeah, we'll be back. It's time for us to make the Ranunculus for this area around here. So the way the Ranunculus works is we're going to be needing the exact same block. So chiseled living rock block is what I like to use for this, as what we want it to be placed on. So the Ranunculus will go right there, and it'll place anything that lands around it over there. I'm not too sure whether the distance will be fine, but we'll sort that out in the next few minutes. We've got everything ready to make one of these Ranunculus. So we need the redstone root, which I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's just grass and redstone. Pretty easy like that. The next thing is an orange mana petal, 2 actually of those, a few other things, and the red mana petals, which we already had too many of, and a rune of earth. And I should have everything we need around here. So there, and there. Maybe I haven't? No, I haven't. So everything is around there, and actually, I am forgetting to make ourselves one of floating ones. So we got 2 of those. Let's use the lime green, and we need a piece of dirt. So a piece of dirt there, along with 1 of the pasture seeds. Pasture seed, and oh my gosh, I can never get it right. So, really? Okay, we might just skip that and go to this pool around here. Right. Hey, oh wait, that's catalyst. Okay, we're gonna have to keep it on that. Actually, we got the pool at the back. So put that in there, which we can use, I'm sure. There. Now we'll get this right. We'll get this right. Come on, get this right. And I got it. And it's all the way there. Cool. Now we can carry on with what we wanted to do. We can make the floating one of these. So we need 2 of those. That lime green flower I chose. There. Now you don't need this to be floating. You can use the normal version. All you need to do is just place it on dirt, but let this block be below the dirt. So that's all we needed there. Place the random carpets there. Now we'll see if it does pick up first. No, I'll get rid of this and see if it'll pick up at all. Maybe it's too high. So that's got a few seconds. It drops down one of those. And place it. Oh, it does. Cool. Then we can just maybe just put this hopper hock in here for the time being, because this isn't going to be automatic, so we can do that ourselves. There we go. There's that issue. I've got a solution to this, so we'll be putting a dispenser in here with clock over there every few seconds. That shouldn't be too hard. We'll just need to get 2 more of them to do that. So you guys will see me fixing that in a future episode. Around here, these guys have all finished, as I said. That'll just run down, and we'll have to reset it, which isn't too bad. So that seems to be it, actually. That seems to be all we needed to get done. Well, all that was on my list. The only thing that was on my list, actually, which we didn't get done, which is somewhat related to this guy over here, is we need some ink sacs. And let's have a look. Can we make ink sacs? Before we go, we can check this out. Making ink sacs? No, we can't. And I don't think we can actually make a book and quill with ink sacs, because the book and quill is what we will use to get ourselves a name tag. Oh, we can use black floral powder. Yes, we can. Okay, so we'll be making one of those right now. We needed 1, 2. Well, we're gonna need 1 for a spider, and then we'll maybe make 2 or 3 blazes. So we'll just do 2 for now. 2 of those. We needed 2 feathers, which we have definitely got enough of. So feathers, 2 of you guys. Thank you very much. And the black floral. Why can I not speak today? Black floral powder. Okay, and where is it? There it is. Cool. Thank you, and we needed. There we go. We needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those in there. There we go. So we use this awesome thing right here. Needed paper. Needed one of those. Needed one of those. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? I'm going jump in the gun already. There we go. We needed one of those, and one of those. Perfect. And I think we just drop it in. Oh, we don't have enough mana in that. Maybe I've got enough in my ring to give to it. I've barely anything in my ring. Still not enough. Okay, we'll try it in a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's it. We know what we're going to do. We'll make these, and next episode we'll see them. But for today, I think we've achieved quite a bit today, and I'm actually quite excited because this stuff all worked, except for that little glitchy McGlitch thing over there, which, whatever, we'll fix that. That's nothing. But this over here worked, and that is pretty awesome. And that is good. That is great. Any ideas on what you guys want to see in the future? Let me know. I'm full of them. So if you guys don't let me know, I'm just going to continue on whatever I'm doing. If you guys want to see anything in particular, or if I've done anything, which I think I've done pretty much everything that's worthwhile on camera. Something I didn't do, which is a draw controller, because we're not doing a let's play on storage drawers, so that's a draw controller. Just anything that's touching here that's in one of these, when I double click on that, so I've got some gold in there. As soon as I double right click on that, gold's gone, and it's gone back into the gold spot. That's that. Another thing is, I received a comment saying that my Whaler GUI or whatever, oh wait, everything just so, is in the way, and I thought that as well actually last episode. I noticed it quite a bit, in particular with these storage drawers, because if you look, that's got like, what, 8 lines on it? But if you go here, it's all small, and I tried making it a bit smaller, and it just, any smaller than this, it looks way too small for anyone to actually see anything. But I agree completely that this over here is, like, there, that takes up majority of my screen. These ones are alright, that one is huge. But that is it. That is enough of that for today. We'll sign off right around here, so thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next time.